So let's talk about the quickest or the fastest way to answer questions that has to do with war relationship in geomancy. This is one of the fastest ways to answer a question like this. Taking for instance, let's say a querent comes to you and maybe he or she came for relationship case. So maybe the person has been in a relationship before. So maybe he has been in that relationship. So the person wanted to move on. So the person is now considering maybe he should retain the previous husband or he should go to the new husband. Do you understand? Maybe so in a question like that, there are corridor for that, there are standard way of doing that. But there are some pointers on a geometry chart that can give you sharp answer without necessary need to deep further. Without necessarily need to dig further. There are standard way of answering this question. But the fastest way, that is if you find those pointer. There are pointer. Once you see them on the chart, you can be able to give a better direction, a better guidance, a sharp one, without necessarily to dig or to interpret the chart deeper before you find answer. So I repeat, let's say the question is like this, or let's say the scenario or the situation is like this. A situation whereby somebody comes to you that is already in a particular is in a relationship. So he or she is in a previous relationship before, but has entered a new relationship. So there's now a problem. So he or she is now deciding, he's trying to see if she should stay in the previous relationship or he should continue with the new relationship. That is, if she should continue the new relationship or should fall back to the previous relationship. So if in a situation like that, in a case like that, there are quick and the fastest way to answer a question like this. Once you find those pointer, there are pointer that comes out in a geometry chart that I don't need to stress yourself by trying to dig into some other aspect of the chart. Like I said, let me repeat myself. There are standard way of doing it, there are proper way of doing it, there are deeper way of doing it, there are way of doing that to answer those questions. But sometimes some chart make the interpretation easy for you to do. You understand? Immediately you find some pointers, you can easily go on and interpret your chart. Let me give an example, which is example of the case I just explained. It might not be for relationship, it could be for any other things related to what I just said. So now let's say in a relationship case, now let's use relationship as an example. You have casted your chart. If you have casted your chart finish, if your domino fall in what? In house 11, it means that this is house 11. If your domino fall in house 11, it means that the person should return back to the previous relationship. But if your domino fall in house 10, it should continue with the new relationship, the new person, the person I just found. The situation is like, you have two persons in view. The first one you are in relationship with and the new person you are just met. So you are now you are being confused of which one should you pick. So if your domino fall, if the domino of a child, the theme of the child, the center of the child fall in an house 11, just go with the old relationship, the previous person. Just go and make amendment. You need to make amendment though. You just need to go and make an amendment. So you to enjoy the relation. That is the way much better than the new one. So, but you need some amendments. So maybe you need to just make some amendment, change your character, change some other things. It might not be character, but I don't want to prolong this too much. So just make an amendment. But it's better to go for that than any other. So, but if it fall in house 10, it means that continue with the new relationship. So thank you very much. May God bless you and may your life never be useless as you like or comment or share my video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. We bring some tips like this and some other expansive knowledge, some other extensive knowledge as well. This is just a short, quick one. Thank you very much.